Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It is time for curriculum picks for the upcoming school year. I know it seems early, but this is just when you get curriculum for the next year if you don't want everything to be sold out. So we're almost currently done with this current school year, but already looking ahead to the next school year. So today I'm going to be talking about my 9th graders curriculum. I will now have 2 in high school, an 11th grader, a 9th grader, and 1 still in middle school. Let me first explain what our family does. We partner with the local public school system. I teach all of the core classes at home, and then all of my kids take electives at the public school system so that they can be eligible to play sports with our local district. It works for our family. I don't love the amount of electives that they have to take in order to be eligible, but this is what we have to do. We have to work within the system that we currently have. So Jaleah, my 9th grader, is going to be taking she has to take 4 electives at the high school, and so currently she will be doing gym, computers, probably like music appreciation, and then an online class. Our district has an entire online class of courses. My oldest daughter, Journey, has taken an online class, I think every semester that she's been in high school so far. And then the school district is pretty flexible to work with them, whereas if they prove that they can work on their own, she can work from home on her online class, which is very helpful in order to get her core classes done. So let's start with LA. My favorite, really the only language arts curriculum I've used since I started homeschooling, is from The Good and the Beautiful. I love it. This is the high school 1 curriculum. Comes in these unit booklets. I kind of like it this way. It's kind of nice because when my daughter is done with one, she hands it to me to grade. There's a little grading portion in here, and then you just keep these somewhere and average the grades up for the whole year, and it's really good. And then they have to self-pace through these, so they kind of figure out their own schedule and how they're going to get it done through the whole school year. So that is course 1. What comes with course 1, the read alouds, well, not read alouds, the, what are these called? Required reading, you will call it. Let me move my little, so when one kid's done with them, I label them like what book, because you get a billion books, but I label them with what they are and what year they belong to. And then they just go down in my big storage bin, and that way when 2 years from now comes, these will be ready for Jericho too. So I didn't put what units these are, but the books that are required, John Greenleaf Whittier, Just David, Into the Unknown, and Up from Slavery. And it will tell them in the curriculum when to read these, like when, you know, where they come in the curriculum, so that's nice. And then I always have my kids do the course reading challenge, and you just print this off from their website and you can pick from these books. And so Jaleah will be reading Pollyanna. She will be reading Hue and Cry. That one's by Elizabeth Yates. And then she will be reading The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. So quite a bit of reading, but I think the reading is key. I read out loud to all the kids still, and I just think it makes you really better at like every subject basically if you're a good reader. So that takes care of language arts for Jaleah. She will also be doing algebra through CTC Math. That is the curriculum that we chose last year, and I just decided we're going to continue it all the way through because You know, there's always positive and negatives to any online math curriculum, but once we switch from teaching textbooks, there is like a learning curve, like to learn a new curriculum, and I don't want there to be any gaps. So we're just gonna stick with this all the way throughout. And that's just what I kind of decided, and that's gonna work for us, I think. So she'll be doing Algebra 1. Then for science, oh, these are heavy. Okay, she is going to be doing physical science through Apologia. My oldest daughter did this and basically hated it, and I understand why, because it is a very rigorous science curriculum. So for biology, we did something different, but I thought, you know, physical science is such a good, like, overall comprehensive, like, building block of science that I did want all of my kids to go through this as their first high school science course, just to give them a really, really good basis, because like my oldest has already decided that she does not want to have anything to do with science, like in her job or whatever. And that's totally fine. But that way she still has a really good foundation of science. So then I also have the tests and solutions. This is really important. And pretty sure the tests are actually in the student notebook, which this I did purchase actually last year just to make sure they didn't change the edition on me. But everything, all their questions they need to answer, all their quizzes and tests are in here. And then the solutions are in the solution book. So I do think you need this to go along with it. So she and I will be doing this together. There's quite a few like experiment type things and that sort of thing. So she and I will be doing that together. And then she also, for history, will be doing this with Jericho, her 7th grade brother. We picked out, I did happen to buy history year 3 from The Good and the Beautiful before it sold out, because this is the last one, the last year that we have not done. So I'm really excited to see when they revamp history what they're going to come up with. But it comes with the year 3 stickers, which I've saved the timeline for all of the other years, and we just keep adding the stickers to it. And I'm going to keep that timeline because it's just really, really cool with all the different stickers on it. All the different things that are happening throughout, like biblical history and all throughout the world. It comes with the big book of history stories. It has maps and images, plus stories that you read during the curriculum about the time period that you're in. It also comes with a Bill of Rights roundup game, which I don't always have them play the game, but when I do, they always enjoy it. So that will be for history. Here are the read-alouds for history. We have Slave Boy in Judea, Black Hawk, Race for the Prairie, and then one they were sold out of, and I did check, and I think I can get it from my local library when it's time, but I need The Winged Watchman for Unit 4 history read aloud. You can always substitute if you can't find a book. Just pick a book that's like a good story from that period of time that you're studying in the unit, and that's really all you need to do. Okay, so we covered LA, we covered science, we covered history, we covered math. Now, she needs to take 4... Did I already talk about those? I think I did. I'm losing my mind. I already told you what she's taking through the school, I think. Yeah, I did. So that will completely depend on scheduling because I need her classes to be stacked. So she also is going to be taking Spanish, actually, Spanish 1. So wherever Spanish falls, then I just need to stack the other class at like 2 classes a day, basically, and have them back to back so that I'm not running back and forth to the school 5 million times a day. Plus, when we do that, it doesn't leave a lot of time in between to get work done. So it's better to like start, you know, she doesn't have to be to school till 9:30 and we start school at 7:30, and it gives her like 2 solid hours before she has to be at the public schools to get her core classes done. So that is everything for my 9th grader. I did want to share a little bit about what we're doing. I don't really do like morning time stuff anymore because we just don't have time in the day. And so everything that I would do like in a morning basket time, I've moved to the summer. I kind of did that last year as well, and it has worked out really well. So what we're going to be doing this summer leading up to the upcoming school year, we never got to these Bible studies by Not Consumed, developing a quiet time. So we're going to do that this summer with all 3 of my kids. And then, like I mentioned, I still read out loud to all 3 of the kids, especially during the summer. Like every day I read out loud to them. It's usually during the hottest part of the day when we all just want to be inside in the air conditioning. I have this whole stack of YWAM stories that we never got to. So these are like real missionary stories, and so I thought those would be perfect to get to this summer. The current read aloud that I'm reading them, that we've slowly been making our way through, is The Railway Children. They don't love the language because the language is pretty old, but the storyline's pretty good, and there's going to be a movie that we saw a trailer for, so I wanted to read it to them before we watched the movie. And then currently, Jaleah and Jericho, this school year, I am reading through The Strangers, Greystone Secrets, The Strangers. They've really liked it so far. And there are 2 others in the series that we can read this summer as well. And I believe my oldest daughter had already gone through this one on her own. Like, she picked it out from the library or something. So that's our plan tentatively for the summer. I take them to the library a lot where they can just pick out, you know, whatever their interest is, books, and that gets us through the summer. So hope you enjoyed this video. That was for my 9th grader. As always, I appreciate you, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!